Well, hey everyone, Zack Hample here, running inside Camden Yards in Baltimore, and this video is kind of different. But anyway, first of all, this guy specifically wanted to be on YouTube, so we got to get him in there. The Phillies were in town, a little interleague action, and yes, there were a bazillion Phillies fans. Now, by the way, I had already gotten a baseball at this point. It was tossed to me by an usher right when I ran in, and then I was told that usher did not want to be in the video. So you'll just have to take my word for the fact that I got a baseball. So there are fans claiming their spot already on the flag court. You can see me handing this baseball to these kids. I was like, who wants it? Both of the boys were like, give it to her, so that was nice. So here I go on the flag court, and my God, it was so crowded. This is my reaction right here, like, yeah, what am I doing here? So that is Bryce in the cage, and they weren't really hitting that well, and this is the reason why they were using a pitching machine. So you can see me on the flag court right here, buried in the crowd. When teams use pitching machines, guys never hit as well, and yet look at this close call. Check it out. Yeah, I mean, that was more of a close call for my videographer than for me, but still cool to see that action. And here's a young fan getting a toss-up. Always love to see that. And in left field, fans were getting some baseballs over there. And by the way, this man loves hot moms, especially mine, I'm sure. That was the end of BP. These groundskeepers, not sure why they were in a rush, maybe, getting their cardio in. Look how crowded it was out on Utah Street. That's what you call this area right here that runs between the warehouse and the flag court. So here I am down in the seats because I wanted to be as close as possible to the starting pitchers and to my friends in the Orioles bullpen. So, starting pitchers, I mean, we got to shout out Ranger Suarez, what a season he's having, and we got to shout out Tim Cousins, he's waving right there, such a friendly guy. Here I am chatting with Ben Carhart, the bullpen catcher. Ranger Suarez, man, is he going to win the Cy Young Award this year? I mean, maybe. Here's Kyle Bradish, who unfortunately hurt his elbow in this start, so we might not see him for a while. And this is James McCann tossing a ball to this dude. His friends were all very hyped for him. And then just a few moments later, Mr. Suarez hooked up a Phillies fan down in the corner. And so right after that, the Orioles took the field, and look what happened next with Kyle Schwarber leading off the game.
Man, just like Fenway, Schwarber with the leadoff home run.
Except the difference here is that Schwarber did not hit the ball directly over my head like he had done at Fenway. Anyway, Anthony Santander here in the bottom of the second. Alec Bohm with the off-balance throw to Bryce Harper at first base. And these games were so crowded. You'll see it in my next two videos as well. How often do you see fans sitting here in the upper deck? But, the Orioles are great, the Phillies are great, and let's just say that fans were pretty hyped. Yeah, we gotta take another look at that. Dude, if you're gonna jump up and down, watch your forearms, or else you might get a look of death that you'll never recover from. And so this guy right here was trying to drink 3 beers at once. That was rather entertaining. But here we see an amateur only holding 2 drinks. Come on, up your game. And I guess I could say the same thing to the batters who are going down swinging. And I mean, righties are very unlikely to hit home runs onto the flag court, but that's never what I want to see. So I was moving all over the place and trying to stay sane. Yes, the fans, as previously discussed, were rather spirited on this lovely Friday evening. And so here I am back on the flag court reacting to a baseball that probably fell about 200 feet short of where I was standing, so I felt a little silly after that. Adley, I love you. And I also love all the really friendly people that were coming up to me throughout the night. That's one of the highlights of being on the flag court, is just interacting with so many folks. And when Bryce came up, this was the only action out on Utah Street. Those guys were pretty funny. Ranger Suarez, meanwhile, was cruising. And yeah, I have no idea what was happening here. Phillies were up 2-1 at this point, and look at this height differential. That is Braden Pierce, 6'11", who plays basketball at Maryland. He was really cool. Nice to chat with him and his teammates. The Orioles tied it up going to the 9th inning, and look at the radar here. I just knew that it was going to start pouring soon. And all right, check out what happened next in the bottom of the 10th. Orioles were losing 3-2. They were down to their final out. Cedric Mullins tried to score on a wild pitch and got thrown out at the plate. And so Phillies fans are celebrating. Orioles fans are storming off in disbelief. It seemed like the game was over, but it went to an instant replay review. And just look at this. It appeared that Mullins got his hand in there and touched the plate before he was tagged. And so once fans saw that on the Jumbotron, they were going nuts. I mean, it was like bedlam on the flag court because it meant that the game would continue. Mullins is like, oh boy, I hope they don't call me out. And there it is, safe. And so there was a whole nother celebration. The game was tied at 3. It ended up going to the 11th inning, and wait for it. Oh yeah, baby, that's right. The skies opened up. So it was quite a scene, and this dude right here was enjoying himself, but the grounds crew, they were probably not enjoying it quite as much because it meant they had to work extra. Don't you just love an extra inning rain delay? Actually, I didn't really mind. I mean, it looked like it might last a while, but it clearly was not going to rain all night, so I mean, I wasn't going to leave early. And the Jumbotron was like, we are still monitoring the weather. Yeah, whatever. I was just chilling with some fans underneath the overhang below the warehouse, and eventually things cleared up. The game was about to resume. I mean, I've shortened this a lot. The delay lasted 71 minutes, and look how much space I had out on the flag court. Oh my God. And yeah, the whole stadium had really cleared out by this point. Middle of the 11th inning, Sir Anthony Dominguez, what a cool name, entering the game. Johan Rojas chucking his warm-up ball into the crowd. I was ready, man. If anybody could have hit a home run right here, it would have been so easy for me to catch it, but instead, Kyle Stowers struck out to end the game. So I grabbed my clear tote bag and, feeling very annoyed, I walked out of this place. Phillies fans, of course, were feeling the opposite of annoyed. Their team played great and won it 5-3. And actually, at this point, I wasn't even sure if I was going to post this video. It was a tough night for me, just that one baseball, and I didn't even get it in the video for you guys. But then I was like, you know what? I am going to post this video. I'm going to make it quick, and I'm going to make it fun. So there's the lifetime baseball total. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this video. Follow me on social media, why don't you? And bye for now.